Good day, everyone. Stream's going to start in just a couple minutes. I'll see you then. Let me know where you're watching from in the chat. Good day, everyone. John from the Worship Portal here, and we have a fun stream tonight. Tonight we're going to be looking at some of my old tracks that I made for the Worship Portal back before it was called the Worship Portal, actually when it was called Small Church Worship. So right before we get into that, thanks so much for being here, guys. Really appreciate you. If you're in the chat, please say hi. Please let me know where you're watching from. I would love to know who's there, who I'm talking to. But like I mentioned, tonight we're just going to be kind of hanging out, not doing anything too serious, and we're going to be checking out some songs that I made a while ago, before I would say I was particularly good at this. And we're going to be starting, we're going to get right into it. And guys, if you have any questions, if you have any suggestions, if you want to chat, feel free, jump in and get right into that. But right before we get going, I do need to mention these two little bars down below me. The first one is Patreon. We're trying to get to 2021 patrons this year to help channel go full time, to help get more tracks out to you guys, and just to help support the growth of what we're doing here at the Worship Portal. So if you can jump on there, $2 a month, set it, forget it, less than a cup of coffee. It'll be helping out the channel in a huge way, and I really appreciate it. Plus, you get some cool perks. The second one is this guy down here, and we're trying to get to 100,000 subs on YouTube. We are not that close, but YouTube won't talk to me without having 100,000 subs, and I really need to get some answers to a lot of these copyright questions that I've had. It's just not working, so help me get to 100,000 subs. That'd be fun. Nat with Aussie. Hey, happy Australia Day, Nat. And to all of those other people here in the chat, or any other Australians around the world that watch this afterwards, happy Australia Day. It's actually not Australia Day here in the States yet. Not that it is ever in the States. But it's still 8:39 p.m. on the 25th. So tomorrow we'll be having some Vegemite toast and keeping it a little Aussie. But guys, we are going to jump right into the first one. This is the first backing track that I released on the YouTube channel. So before this, we had some awkward videos, may I say, that are still live, so feel free to go watch them if you want. But in terms of actual backing tracks, this is the first one that I released on the channel. It is "Oh Come to the Altar" by Elevation Worship, and this was still the time that I wasn't doing 12 keys. I would just do the track how my church was doing it, and in my key ultimately. But this is "Oh Come to the Altar." This is a chance for you guys to critique me. So this is old stuff that I've done that I think I could have improved in a lot of different ways. But let me know what you think as we go through it. Let me know what I could have done better, maybe where I've improved and where you would want to improve. And yeah, this is a chance for you guys to critique me instead of the other way around. So let's check this out. This is "Oh Come to the Altar," the very first track I released as a backing track that I was kind of proud of, all the way back in September of 2016. Let's check it out. The old style of video takes me back. So the whole point of these videos was I was trying to get the lyrics as well as the chords, right? As well as some little notes. You'll see little notes down the bottom. So you'll see it kick, bass, and electric guitar come in. Because I would send these to my band. I'd send these to my team, and this is how we would do it. Ooh, that kick is terrible. Acoustic doesn't sound horrible. I like the electric in this song. I think that came out pretty well. Oh, that snare is dead. Oh man, for those just joining us, please say hi in the chat. We're checking out some of my backing tracks, so you guys get a chance to critique me instead of the other way around. This is the first backing track I ever released. Let's give it a listen. Like I said, Nat, this was back in the day. I wasn't quite as I wasn't quite as thorough as I am now. Like you should see this new track. It's got like the one I'm working on now. It's got like man, like 14 synth parts. Oh, there's Nightbot. Nightbot, don't be a jerk tonight, okay? Otherwise, I'll turn you off again. Yeah, I don't think there's a pad. Ooh, that electric has muddied the rhythm. It's got too much fuzz on it. I got too much fuzz on that electric. Not terrible though, it's clean. I'll say that about it, it's clean. Back to the random chorus that everyone cuts off. So the verse. So many people cut this off, this verse 3. Bear your cross as you wait for the crown. Tell the world of the treasure you found. And then I actually added this on to my version, which I've done with a few songs. I've added a bit here and there just to make it a little more sort of a church worship team. Like, I thought ending it there was a bit strange, but I like how this builds back into it. I think the actual version maybe builds up a bit more at the end. Yeah, I kept mine pretty straightforward. There she is. That, guys, was the first track released. You can't really see it, but I got my old logo under there. Small church worship. The olden days. The olden days. I was so young and full of hope. Oh man, so that was the first track that I ever released. Oh, Come to the Altar in the male key of G, because a lot of people had asked for it. So that was right after I made a few tracks of myself singing along with it for my team once again. And some people had asked for like Good Father and a couple of other ones like that. And then some people were asking for O Come to the Altar, so I released that one. And that was the first one that I really put a lot of work into to make it sound close to the original, as opposed to like my own church's version of it. And I thought it came out pretty well. Pretty well. I think, like I mentioned during the song, I think there's definitely some bits that I would fix now. For example, the kick is just like the whole drum set was just kind of dead. And then a few other bits and pieces here and there, like the bass was kind of flat. I mean, like sound flat, not pitch flat, and a few other things. But that was okay. That was okay. I'd give it like a 5 out of 10. All right, but this is the next one. Let's jump right through them, guys. We have a few to go through, and then if the stream leads us somewhere else, we'll go somewhere else. But we just, if you are joining us for the first time or just joining us tonight, we're checking out songs that I did a long time ago that I don't think are particularly good anymore, because I think that's important to show how people, how producers evolve, how they grow, what they. I don't like listening to my old songs personally but I think it's important to sometimes to realize where you've grown, what you've changed, and then it makes you think about why you changed it. And it just helps you be able to put it into words and to teach better. So I think that's important. This is the second track I ever put out. And this is the first track that sort of took off a little bit. This is Build My Life in the male key of G. Now, the female key did a lot better. But this one didn't do terribly. 69,000 views, but September 4th, 2017. Wait, was that really a year in between those two? There's no way. Hang on, let me just check that. Because it said the other one was 2016. September 2016. Wow. Compared to September 2017. Man, that's surprising. That's a long time. It's a long time between tracks. Now I upload 24 to 30 videos a month. But, I don't know, one a year. Sounds pretty good. All right, let's check it out, guys. Build My Life, male key of G. Second track I ever did. Same format as before. Got the chords on the left. We're going to have the lyrics here on the right. And then just some notes down in the middle. If you hear it, if you listen closely, I can definitely hear a little bit of my foot tapping because I found this very difficult to stay in time. Oh, it's terrible. Nah, this is the track that introduced me to your channel. Hey, this is the track that introduced, I think, a lot of people to the channel. I think there's only one track that's introduced more people to my channel than this, and that's Waymaker. Female key of C, of G specifically. Jesus, a name above every other name. It's not bad. Sparkly, the acoustic. That initial picking acoustic is kind of dead, but that strum is nice and sparkly. That's nice. Not amazing, but not bad. Keyboard's kind of simple. Once again, back at this time, my tracks were so simple. We're talking acoustic, bass, piano, drums. That's 4 tracks. And I think we get some strings later on in this track. Once again, I don't even think I put a pad on this song. Come on, what's a worship song without pad? Man. It's also, I think, my longest track still. Oh, how is that mastering or non-existent mastering? This is so much louder than that intro was. Oh my goodness. Oh, that's shocking. Worthy of every song we could ever sing. Volume levels of instruments could use a little mixing as the song goes. Also EQing to bring out the instruments. Yeah, random, you're not wrong. You're definitely not wrong. Guys, like I said, this is a great opportunity for you to critique, what is this? John 3 years ago. Little volume. I think that's the same volume cymbal swell that I use now. I think it is. Pretty sure it is. And honestly, I don't think these drums sound terrible. They're not amazing. And the bass is way too hot, but I don't think these drums sound terrible. Because I was going by the Housefires, I was copying the Housefires live version that they did on the Round, right, where they kept it super acoustic. And I think these drums kind of lend themselves to that. They're a little bit more like floppy, a little bit more like acoustic-y feeling than the very tight modern worship drums that you would expect. Especially that floor tom. It's almost floppy. And I like that. Oh, there's that little cymbal, that little tambourine on the snare hit. I remember I had to add that. That's a whole separate track. And that's a live tambourine sound actually, that I just copied onto every snare. Pull back to the piano melody. See, these days this would be called an instrumental or a turnaround. But not 3 years ago, John. Oh man. I remember actually, did you use analog drums? No, I didn't. All sampled just like I do now, but a much worse patch. I remember I sent this song. So before I started offering all my tracks in 12 keys here on YouTube and on Patreon, I considered doing it on Loop Community. And Loop Community is a great service. Nothing against Loop Community. The reason I didn't end up going with them was for two reasons. One, they required you not to sell your tracks anywhere else. So I couldn't just kind of sell them on Patreon or on a website or anything like that. It was only through Loop Community. The second reason I didn't use Loop Community is because they were super strict, and rightfully so. Like, I remember sending them this Build My Life track to get approved as like my first track. I'm a Loop Community producer, but I sent them this one as my first track, and they were pretty harsh on it. They said at the end of like part of tracks, you could hear like kind of clicking and stuff like that, and they're right. They're absolutely right. And this was before I really focused on that, because I never intended to release this as a multi-track, which I eventually did, but I never intended it to. That's not why I recorded it to begin with. But, you know, besides a few little mixing and EQ things here and there, I don't think this is terrible. Like I said, guys, this was 3 years ago. Just over 3 years ago. Wow, it's 2021 now, isn't it? I keep thinking it's 2020. This is almost 4 years ago, ultimately. There's that horrible synth strings that I had to use because I didn't have anything better. Random, to be more specific, I used the drums kit. I believe I used the Bluebird drum kit that's built into Logic and GarageBand. So it's not great. Drums drive the bridge into the instrumental. I remember being super proud of here as it kind of built up. I really liked this when I first did it. Also, I wrote viola because my wife plays the viola, and she used to play on the worship team at our last church. So that's why it says viola and not violin, because these were initially recorded to send to my worship team and not to release like publicly. Bad. So much can change in 3 years. I look back at some of the things I've designed through. Oh, Nat, that's a whole different beast. I've designed 3 years ago that I thought were awesome at the time, and wanting to add today's touch trends to it. Yeah, I'm a graphic designer too. Probably not as good or experienced as yourself, but oh man, it's I look back at some of the designs I made for my last church, which was just over 2 years ago, and ooh, it's rough. Yo, Chad, good to see you, brother. Evening all. Well, it's evening here. It's evening here as well, Chad. Where are you watching from, Chad? Where are you watching from, mate? Oh, and Chad, thanks for being a Patreon, being a latest subscriber, and for doing that cover of Waymaker, I think it was. I enjoyed it. No way, Chad. No way. Take a guess where I'm from. All right. So, guys, that was the second track that I ever made. And that one, like I said, kind of, no, I wouldn't say blew up, but the female key is at, oh man, a lot.
There's a terrible curse.
Sorry, that was an ad. These people trying to teach you worship guitar, which really all you need is 4 chords and a capo. All right. Which one's next? Oh, let's do this one. This is probably the track that I got the most. Yes, Chad, I am. I'm from up north. I'm from up north, mate. This is probably the track that I had so many recommendations for, and it took me literally probably 2 years to actually release a good version on, because I wasn't happy with this version. This version I released back when this was the version that I did at my church, right? This is the version I did at my church, and this is the reason why I recorded this one, because, like I mentioned, the initial tracks on the worship portal were meant to send to my worship team so they could learn the key and the arrangement that we were doing. So, so like that was the reason I did these. And this is not the version that I love, but I did it because that's what we did, and that's what the, oh, no way. Sorry, chat, I just looked up where that is, and you're literally like 40 minutes from me. All right, sorry. Back to the story. Hey, appreciate you, Chad. Thanks so much, mate. So we released it, and I'll just show you what it is. It's Oceans. It took a long time to get this one out in a version that I really liked. When I basically ripped off the Hillsong version and remade that. But I think there's still some cool stuff in here that I really enjoy. I enjoy how the bridge came out. I really enjoy how the bridge came out in this version. So let's check it out. This is Oceans by Hillsong, using the worship tutorials, pad 5, which was my favorite one. They got some great pads. Go check out worship tutorials if you want some awesome pads. Maybe Worship Portal will be releasing some soon. Just saying. Man, that's a nice pad. They do a great job, Worship Tutorials. Well, they better. They got like 700,000 subscribers now. They're doing awesome. Piano's okay. It's a little bright. Not quite as soft. Ooh, there was a bad note there. Was there really a bad note there? Man, that wasn't good. That electric part is wrong. So those who are here, the people who are in chat, what do you think about these chords? I used to include chords for every single song that I did, which wasn't that many back then, to be honest. The only reason I don't do it now is because it's too time consuming to do all the chords and line them up perfectly, and then to do it for every key. That would just be maddening. It would triple the time it took me to edit these songs. So I don't do it anymore. But do you like it? Does that help? I wanted to kind of have a one-stop shop on this video for lyrics, chords, and then the notes, but I don't know, I just found like people didn't really use it, so I took them away. I like this part. I like the simplicity, the pad, and the piano. Interesting bass. I like the mix here better than the first two songs, blended well. Maybe just for the original key, I found it helpful when learning. Yeah, that's true. Like, my only thought, like, that really doesn't make me want to really figure that out is you can just find the chords so easily on Ultimate Guitar or something these days, right? And they're usually pretty spot on. I just don't feel like I feel like it would be, it wouldn't be worth my time. Right? I could spend that time doing the next track or releasing something else that you guys would want or streaming, you know? Like, I feel like it's not worth it for the few people that would want it. Chad, I can't play and sing at the same time. I don't hardly play guitar anyway, but I've not practiced enough to do both. Either my fingers work or my mouth if the other is going to want the other one stops. I used to be the same way, Chad. It's all practice, mate. It's all practice. Nat, does anyone else stream jumping? Oh, Well, it could be the Australian internet. I know NBN's not amazing. Stopping and starting. Oh, Chad's getting it here too. Things look okay from my end. I'm not getting any network errors. No, not even getting any drop frames. Maybe YouTube's just having a tough time. For I am yours, and you are mine. Guys, let me know if the stream is still doing some weird stuff. Kind of liked this ending. Right, so that wasn't too bad. I feel like here is where I sort of started trying to produce a little bit more. Like with the other two, I felt like I was just kind of copying and getting the basics done to sort of get it out there and get it to my worship team. But this one, I feel like I tried a little bit harder to get something I'd be proud of, something I'd really enjoy, something that people would want to listen to and sing along to. Micro stopping and starting, all good. Yeah, it's not good. I'm not seeing any, like I said, no drop frames or anything on my end. Stream quality's good. I'm getting solid 30 FPS here. Yeah. 2600 kilobits a second. Yeah, looks pretty good from my end, but I don't know. I've been wrong before. No, it's not often, but I have been wrong before. All right, let's see which one's next. Like, we're just going to go through a bunch of my old tracks and see what comes up, because I don't really know some of those old ones that I did. Ooh, this is a fun one. Let's do that one. Still buffering every 20 or 30 seconds. I'm sorry, guys. Wish I could do something to improve that. If it gets to be too bad, let me know and I'll restart the stream, and we'll go from there. All right, so this one, I forgot how the song sounds, having listened to your acoustic version so many times to try to get the guitar. Oceans? I have an acoustic version of Oceans. Do I? To our acoustic version. Oh, our acoustic version. Okay, I got you now. Yeah, it's much faster. It's much more kind of driven, right? So my version, that version, I wouldn't say it's my version anymore. Just that one, which we played at my old church, was very kind of very kind of slow and got a groove to it. The actual one's like, very very fast as it gets into it, which sounds great. And it's what I did on my actual 12-key track. All right, but this is a good one. You're going to do music to Rattle. Oh, Chad, that is, yeah. I got some thoughts on Rattle, but I'm not against it. It's just, that's a difficult song. I want to find in my acoustic version of Oceans. I got you, Nat. I got you. Yeah, I'm considering it. I'm still listening to it, learning the parts, just kind of getting the groove of it. Not against it, but it's not like at the top of my list. But it could be if enough people want it. All right, but this next one, guys, this is Glorious Day by Passion. I loved this song when it first came out. I literally fell in love with it. It was awesome. And I wanted to do a version of it. Now, I know the drums are the weak part of this song. The drums are the weak part of this song, no matter what. So please forgive them. But this is Glorious Day. Let's check it out. Let's see how it came out. Once again, 3 years ago. Oh man, you get all my hand noise. It's gross. I can't remember what mic I was using for this. I know I mic'd the guitar. Do it. I'm doing it for my church. The more people that request something, the more likely I'm going to do it sooner. So you just got to get a few thousand people to say that too, and maybe just 100. Lead guitar's too loud. Already I can hear it. Kick doesn't sound terrible. Not bad. Once again, the mixing is kind of crazy. Glorious Day is a great song. Been doing that one for years also. You mean this one, or the Casting Crowns one? What was that? It did some weird little thing on the guitar. Wada 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 wada. I don't even know what that was. And why did I keep that in? Why didn't I cut it out? Oh, I was so rough around the edges back then. Glorious Day was pivotal in letting my church know we should have females sing in female keys. Well, that's always helpful. They used to sing in male key, and just when it got to the exciting bit, it would drop an octave. I ran out of... Oh, man. That just loses all the power. All the power's gone. I still love this electric guitar part. Probably one of my favorite electric parts to play live. Adore it. Don't get down on the small details of your mix. May not be perfect. You don't have to be exactly like the original. Covers sound good because each artist adds their own flair. I agree. This version, not the Casting Crowns. Ah, gotcha. Yeah, I agree with that each person brings their own to it. I just don't like the mistakes. Like the stuff that I didn't want to slip through. Or now I listen to it, I'm like, oh, I really should have taken that out. I'd say I was lazy back then. Let's say that. I was lazy back then. Or maybe there were things I didn't know how to do. Ugh. Can I tune that guitar? That chord wasn't fun. This was also back in the day that I thought rhythm guitars should have a stack of drive on them, like a lot of drive. And they shouldn't. They just shouldn't. Like, so they sound muddy and fuzzy in the mix. But Chad, to your previous point, I think when you look back on your own work, it's always going to sound a certain way, and you're always your own harshest critic, right? Ooh, the drums here. Oh. That's, that snare, or lack thereof. Oh, that snare was rough. Yeah, the drums in this song were not great. I put too much reverb on them. I put way too much reverb on the drums in this song, and the snare just lost all of its punch. I have since figured out how to get around that. But, yeah, the snare just lost all of its punch in this song. And that was the only thing that's the one thing I wish I could have redone. And who knows, maybe I'll release this song again. I'll do it again, and I'll do it right. And then in 3 years' time from now, I'll be critiquing this version and saying how horrible it was. Right? That's how it goes, isn't it? Isn't that how it goes? All right. So there are a few that I release in different keys. Like the next one that I see is Build My Life in the female key of C, which is the first track, the first video of mine to like actually take off and do well. It's currently at 309,000 views. So that's good. That's a good amount of views. But I remember this was the first to reach 10,000, and the first to reach 50, and the first to reach 100, and 200, and I think 250. But after that, Waymaker just took over and blasted. I think Waymaker's almost at 500,000. Any other upbeat songs you're thinking of covering? Random, I've always got a bunch of songs on my mind, and ones that I'm considering covering. Here's my issue: is I love slower songs. I just enjoy slower songs. I like upbeat ones too, but I've been thinking about doing a couple like "Unstoppable God" or "Only King Forever" from Elevation. What upbeat songs do you want me to play? The one I'm doing currently right now is I'm doing a long, sort of epic song. I'm stoked to get this one out to you guys. It's gonna be awesome. But yeah, I generally don't do a whole lot of fast songs. Just no reason. Just don't. But which ones do you want me to do? put them in the chat, and then put a link on the Discord. Hey guys, that's a great little segue. If you want to get more involved in the channel, if you want to chat, if you want to send me questions, if you want to send a song request, if you have a cover that you want to get to me, if you have questions that you want to ask me, Discord's a great place to do that. Links down the bottom. Just a great community where we can meet during the week, offline, and we can just have some fun. Looking to really do some fun things there this year. So go join the Discord, install the app on your phone and computer and anywhere else, and get involved. I appreciate it. But the next one we're going to play tonight is one that has gotten like zero love. Now, fair enough, this is not the greatest version. Like, I was happy with parts of this song, but not as a whole. I wasn't very happy. But this song only has 2,800 views, and it is one of my favorite songs ever, and I couldn't wait to record it. And there was some fun stuff in here, and it just didn't get that much love. Caitlin, good to see you. Welcome to the stream. I love playing Unstoppable God on bass. That is a fun time. Playing anything on bass is fun, except Paco Bell's Cannon. That's not fun. All right, this guy's is one that, like I mentioned, has not had enough love. It is The Cross Has the Final Word by Cody Carnes. I love this song, and I just couldn't wait to cover it, and then it just kind of fell flat. But let's check it out. This one I spent so long on. The cross has the final word. I think this was also when I started doing the original key first, because I'd usually do my key first, but this was the first one I did the original key first, which I believe is D flat. Yeah, acoustic 2.5 step down in D. Yeah, so it's in D flat. I liked how the piano came out. This was also the start of me testing doing everything in 12 keys, because I actually played the acoustic guitar in straight D, and then I tuned it down. I pitched it down 1/2 step instead of tuning the whole guitar. And I thought it came out well, kind of fattened it up. I love this song. This was also the first song that I spent a long time on the drums. Now, if you guys are on the Discord or on my Twitter, segue, get on my Twitter. I'm trying to build that up and post that more. Tafina, aloha. Welcome to the stream. I hate doing drums. It is the only part of what I do on the worship portal that I don't like, because it's just so mind-numbing to me. I'm not a drummer, I don't think that way, but this was the first time I spent a long time trying to get the drums right. And it was the start of a long frenemy situation. Especially this part with the drums. The bridge. Right? That is so complicated. It probably took me a half hour just to wrap my head around 2 bars here. Don't think I ever heard this song. Just was never on my radar. I think that is the same for a lot of people, chat. I think that's one of the reasons that of this song didn't do that well, is because this was sort of Cody Carnes' first bigger hit. I wouldn't say it was huge. It's not Run to the Father or Christ Be Magnified, right? But this is his first kind of hit. So he wasn't really that. This is just after he married Carrie Job, so now his name's getting some recognition. But I love this song. Go listen to it. Listen to the live version. It's awesome. And then playing it live at church is even better. I was thinking you can have more subs when you have some upbeat songs with the slow songs, as this is a template in Church's set list. On top of my mind, this is Amazing Grace. Oh, this is Amazing Grace? Oh, should I do it? Fine. I have a version of This Is Amazing Grace, random. was actually one of my first songs that I ever put on the channel. And it's got me singing. It's not very good. I'll play it after this. Yo, Nate. Good to see you, brother. Thanks for joining, mate. I like the electric guitars here. The high slides down. I love this electric guitar here. And the big hits. But man, this is so rough compared to my current stuff. And then it just dies. Oh, where's the energy? It's all the drums. If I tell you guys that I've worked the most on the drums in my production ability, and I think this song really shows it well. The drums are just so kind of flat and dead versus my newer stuff. Not bad. Not bad. Like I said, guys, it's kind of sad because I really love that song. I love playing it live at church. I love this song, but it just hasn't got the love that I wanted it to get, especially compared to how much time I put into that one. I put an awful lot of time into that one. All right, so random. You've opened a can of worms here. Like I mentioned, with this channel first started with me doing songs in the key that my worship team did them, and in the arrangement that my worship team did them. I'll check it out. Yeah, definitely check it out, Chad. It's a great song. The cross is the final word. Cody Carnes. But that didn't start with backing tracks. Backing tracks were not what I first uploaded to this channel. It was I was heavily inspired back in the day by worship tutorials and how Brian at worship tutorials would sing their version of the song, and I thought, hey, I could do that. So that's what this channel really started as. And Random, you actually mentioned that you want This Is Amazing Grace. Well, I did it. I did This Is Amazing Grace. That was one of the final ones that I did in this style. And you know what? What the heck? Let's play it. I'm not proud of it. I don't like it. But we're going to play it just for the content. All right, let's check it out. This is Amazing Grace, the Phil Wickham version, played and sung by yours truly. One of the first, January 31st, 2016. That was only a few months after this channel started. We started in October 2015. All right, let's check it out. The only thing I didn't like about the Ovation, that's the guitar for those non-guitarists, the acoustic I'm playing. The reason I got rid of it is because the neck was so thin. It was so thin, and playing like full chords on it was a little uncomfortable. This Amazing Grace. Hey, Random, since you asked about Amazing Grace, is that one that would you enjoy getting that track? Should I just offer these old tracks on Patreon, sort of under the $2 tier, just to kind of get them out there? Maybe even offer them for free, just because they're done. They aren't the greatest, but if you really want This Is Amazing Grace, there it is. All right, let's see which one's next. I think we've got a few more before we started getting into this. My kids love this song. Here we go. Now we're getting into a few. Okay, so this next song, guys. This next song that I was very hopeful about this song. I thought back when I did this song, because this song was so big, I thought this was going to be the song to put my channel on the map, and it didn't. It really didn't. It really fell flat, and a lot of it is because it's just I didn't do it that well. I wasn't super happy with it. The timing wasn't really right. The sounds just weren't great. So there's a lot I can say about this track, but definitely didn't live up to the hype that I thought it would. But it's still a track that a lot of people have gotten a lot of use out of, so I'm grateful for that. This is the song that was stolen from me. This is Reckless Love by Corey Asbury. If you guys were on stream last week, you would have heard the story about how Corey Asbury stole my song. But and then YouTube copyright claimed me playing Corey's song, but he stole it from me. Anyway, me and YouTube have some stuff to work out. That's what this is about. Let me mention that real quick before we get into Corey. So 2 things, guys, right down below me. Trying to go full-time this year. Supporting me on Patreon's the best way to do that. We're trying to reach 2021 subs. Get it? 2021? This year. And hey, it's a big goal. Not sure I'll get there, but if I can get there, and it'll be really helpful for you guys to support me there. $2 a month, get some great perks. You can even give higher, get some even better perks, multi-tracks and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, that's a great way to support the channel, probably the best way to support the channel financially. And then the one next to it is what I was just talking about. YouTube is not liking me very recently with copyright stuff. I think they're wrong, they think I'm wrong, but I can't talk to them because all I can talk to are Twitter bots. So getting to 100,000 subs will mean they have to talk to me. So if you can subscribe, if you haven't, the red button down there, it's free. Share the channel with your friends, get them to subscribe. Hey, even make a second channel. Subscribe with that too. Why not? If everyone did that, I'd be up to 40,000 subs. But yeah, trying to get those this year. So if you can help out with those in any way, that would be awesome. Right now, we're going to jump into Reckless Love, my cover that I spent a long time on, but like I said, was not happy with how it came out. And I think it shows by the fact that it didn't do well, because this came out when this song was huge. And I just don't think it did that well. So let's check it out. Reckless Love, Cory Asbury, the song he stole from me. Let's do it. Oh, even those drums aren't great. Oh, this is soft. Let me just turn that up. When are you going to do First Love or any of Kari Jobe's new songs? I might. Those of us who were on stream when my copyright issues began a month or two ago know that Kari Jobe's new album, actually the song First Love, was the start of it. So I've kind of got this like wicked random beef against that song. I love the song, but in my mind, even though it's not true, but in my mind, Kari Jobe and First Love are the reason I'm having these issues. But I love that song. I do love that song. That bass just sounds too poppy. Your voice is richer now than 2016. Oh, that's nice. I like a rich voice. Thanks for playing it, John. I'm sure you can reproduce it with some improvements and mixing and mastering. That's the nicest way I've ever heard someone say, I don't want that version, do it again. Nah, random. I know you just joshing me. You had a younger, more nasal voice, almost a Blink-182 sound to it, really, in the background. All right. Like I said, not bad, just not how your speaking voice is now. It's good. I'll take that, Chad. Thank you. Oh, that electric guitar is way too soft. That kick those drums are too loud. Like I mentioned, guys, this song did not come out anywhere near like I wanted it to, especially looking back on it now. I know every church in the Philippines would have it in their list as it's easy to sing congregation-wise. It is. That's a great song. It's a great song. I really enjoyed that song. I think at least here in the States, it's been sort of done to death. It's one of those songs that everyone did for like a year. It's the point that Living Hope is now, I think. Living Hope now is kind of just got to the point where I am just kind of sick of it. Oh, thanks, YouTube. And I couldn't do it. Not sure what's going on with that organ either. Like I said, just not happy with how this one came out. Thanks for subscribing. Really appreciate you subscribing. And if you're in the chat, say hi. Let me know where you're watching from. If you're not in the chat, get in the chat. Oh, this little acoustic part. That's right. I remember that. This took me so many takes to get this acoustic part. Oh, that kick is clipping like nobody's business. Oh man, that's shocking. I feel like after these, I've got to show a couple of my new tracks just to prove that I'm not this bad anymore. Hey guys, are there any of my new tracks that you want me to play? You want me to play, maybe break down a little bit, tell you a bit about what I did, what made them special? Let me know in the chat. God So Loved by We the Kingdom is also getting a lot of attention. That's a great song. I actually was going to do that one. So, fun fact, random, I was going to do that one this month until the current song I'm doing hit my radar and I just felt like I needed to do it. Like, I'm a huge fan of the current song that I'm doing. Sort of keeping it a little bit secret until it comes out, because I think it's and it's coming out good too. It's coming out real good. Yeah, those drums, that bass, just doesn't work. The samples that I used just did not really work. Yeah, Chad, you're not wrong, mate. You're not wrong. All right, guys, let me play something newer. Let me do a newer song, just so I can prove that I'm not that person anymore. I'm kind of getting a complex just listening to this. What song do I like? Ooh, let's do that one. That's one of my favorite songs that I've done. Let's do that one. Let's listen to... you know what? Let me open it up to the chat. Guys, what do you think we should listen to? Let's listen to a fast one. Let's do Battle Belongs or... Man, I really don't have many fast ones. Who You Say I Am. Battle Belongs or Who You Say I Am. Let's do one of those. Let me know in the chat which one you want. No sweat in the mix. When you're on Patreon, you can deal the multi-track and mix as you please. That's right. That's right, Nat. You can download it and mix it yourself and do a much better job than I could do. Even now, guys, I don't think I'm that great a producer. Like, I'm okay. I'm good at picking out parts and playing it like that. That's what I'm good at. I'm not great at I'm not like the best producer in the world. Even EQing is not my strong suit. Random, you're pretty good at EQing. You did a great job on The Blessing. It's and I'm not that great at it. And I think you can probably tell. All right, guys, let's do Battle Belongs. That's one of my favorite tracks. What was the original key? C sharp? Yeah, let's do that. All right, let's listen to that, and then we may listen to another of the older ones. Just kind of as a nice little comparison here. Once this ad finishes. Man, this guy advertised on all of my videos. Like trying to teach you how to play worship guitar. Like I said, guys, if you want to play worship guitar, I'll teach you the 4 chords now. And then you just need a capo. And then you're good. I don't know why worship guitar is so specific. Have you guys seen those ads? They kind of get on my nerves a bit. They kind of get on my nerves a bit. Those ads say, I can teach you how to play worship guitar in just 5 days. Like, worship guitar is just guitar. Anyway, sorry, that's me off my soapbox. So let's play Battle Belongs. See how things are different. That's one of my favorite ones. Go back to the start. Let's jump to Who You Say I Am. That's a fun one. Let's find that one. I do like Who You Say I Am a lot, actually. Who You Say I Am. What's the original key? It's G sharp, right? No, it's G flat. Yes, G flat. The most awkward of keys to play on guitar. Man, what is with these ads? What is this one even for? Yeah, that's not fun. All right. Check it out. Who You Say I Am, Hillsong. Where is So that's a bad example because that's actually pretty good. All right, let's... Man, these ads. Killing me. Hey, I said pause. Thank you. Let's do... okay, let's do this, guys. Let's now do the first Worship Portal song that I did. So until now, we've been listening to only small church worship, which is what the channel used to be back in the day. But now, this was the first song. This is awesome, John. Rich, full, and solid mix. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. I feel like I've gotten a lot better. This is the first song that I released as the Worship Portal in all 12 keys. This was the first one I really tried to do a decent version of my own and really tried to do it well and using the tools at my disposal. I think there's definitely things I would change, but this was the first track that I released in all 12 keys, eventually put it on Patreon. It was actually on my old website, which I've still got to redo. But this was the first one of those 12 keys to tracks that I released. And this is Do It Again by Elevation. Let's check it out. Once again, who dislikes things? I just don't understand. Hillsong did start playing with more dynamics over the years, but they didn't rely so much on the musicians and let the song breathe more and be carried by the vocals. Well, it's a great point, Chad. Yeah, it's a great point. They've definitely done that a lot more recently. I will say the one thing about this song that I do know that I would have loved to change is I think the lead guitar is just a little hot. Like the high electric is just too hot during the verse, and then even during the bridge. Love this version. Do you have slow mode enabled on the YouTube chat? I don't think so. I don't think so, Nat. Like I know in my software I can choose low latency, and I think it's on low or ultra low latency. Guess I could probably check it in my live stream chat. Let's see. Regarding reproducing This Is Amazing Grace with new samples, Twitter 2016 would sound so much better. Your version's great, by the way. Thanks, Random. Appreciate it, mate. I actually did an electric guitar playthrough with all 4 parts of this song. I really enjoyed that. That was fun. I want to do more of that kind of stuff. Just looking into that chat thing for you, Nat. See, I think the electrics are just a little bit too loud in this. I'm not sure I can play with it while I'm streaming. I do like how the guitars sound together. I think they sound pretty good. But they're just a little hot. Not a huge issue. Yeah, I understand, but I'd like it to be better. Can you list the instruments you have? You said you have a mandolin. Sure. I've got my MIDI keyboard that I use mostly. I've got my stage piano that really gets used mostly out in the house. Epiphone Les Paul that I'm fixing up for the channel. Squier Strat. Squier Jazz Bass. Taylor, I'm literally just going around, it helps me remember. Taylor acoustic guitar, ukulele. I've got a fretless Squier Precision, Epiphone ES335. Man, I'm losing track here. Fender Strat, Fender American Strat, American Telly, mandolin, violin, viola, oboe. My wife's she plays the orchestral instruments. I'm sure I'm missing like one or two guitars. I've got a bunch. Probably too many. Probably too many. Yeah, probably too many guitars, but a bunch. A bunch is the answer. On this song, I used the Epiphone ES335 as a guitar. Oops. I did have electric drums, Nat. That was in my old video. I got rid of those a while ago. I'm just not good at drums. I enjoyed it, and I got okay. I could play at church back when I practiced, but it's not my thing. Not my thing. More of a guitarist, bass guitarist, faux keyboard player. Yeah, I did have electric drums, but not anymore. Not bad. So that was my first. Like I said, I think there's some stuff I would definitely fix now, but I think for the first channel, the first 12-key worship portal track, I'm happy with how that one came out. I thought it came out pretty good. Pretty good. All right, guys, we have time for one more song. Any requests for ones that you want to hear, want to hear me talk a little bit more on? I'll wait a couple minutes just because I know that's how long the chat takes for some people here, which I will try and figure out later on in the after this stream, or the next couple days before I stream next. Hey, this song came out on my wife's birthday. Fun fact. Yeah, but is there any song that you want me to play that you want to hear, maybe hear a little bit more about, how I recorded it, what the gist of it was? But beyond that, I do want to mention one thing. I started as a little side channel. It's for gaming and for tech and stuff like that. I enjoy gaming and I enjoy tech, and I'm planning on doing some reviews. And if you watch FIFA, or if you like to play FIFA or No Man's Sky, some games, I just go over there to chill. It's called the John because I'm a stutterer. Get it? But I stream on Twitch about once a week. Like I said, super side thing. I am not super serious with it, but it's another way to just have you engage and get involved and hang out and ask questions in just a more casual setting. Am I able to play So Will I, or will it get copyrighted? Nat, it'll probably get copyrighted, but all of these songs get copyrighted. All of these videos get copyrighted anyway. So let's see. Maybe it'll help if I don't play the video. Maybe it'll help if I just keep it here. Keep it you and me. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let me find it. When did I release that one? It was after that. Just looking for the 12 keys one. And then the original is, I think, in A. But my original was in G. So I'm going to play the G. All right, let's do that one. All right, here it is, guys. This is the last song I'm going to play for the night. It's called So Will I by Hillsong. Fun fact about this song, this is the only song on my channel that I have in all 12 keys. That is not on my Patreon. You can't get the multi-tracks for it, or in 12 keys. The reason being, Hillsong doesn't like that it sounds so close to theirs, which is a good thing, right? That's a pretty good thing. It means I did a good job, but I did too good of a job. So Hillsong don't like me playing this one. So hopefully it doesn't get copyrighted. Just for legality's sake, YouTube, I created all of this myself. And who am I kidding? They aren't going to watch this. And they're going to know. I'm going to say it anyway, because then if they do copyright it, I can post this on Twitter and it'll be funny. I created all of this. YouTube, don't be jerks. Please. Signed, John. All right, guys, this is So Will I. I have the ES335 also. Don't play it much, but the look of the guitar is my favorite. Yeah, absolutely. I love the classic look of it, Chad. It's my favorite. All right, let's check it out. So Will I. Love this track. Came out so good, I think. Definitely the most complicated track I've ever done. Little wave sound. Unfortunately, I got to redo it in a different version, different drums. I don't know, like, guys, I'm going to ask you this. If you have a version of So Will I that you really like, that you've heard, that's not the Hillsong one, put it onto my Discord. I'll put the link in the chat. Put it on my Discord, because I'd love to hear it. I'd love to get some ideas for a version that I would like to do, because I would love to release this song. It is probably in my top 3 favorite worship songs of all time. So I really would love to get that one up on Patreon. I'd really enjoy that. All right, guys. But that's going to be it. It's 10 o'clock. I generally finish at around 10 o'clock EST because I want to go spend some time with my wife before we head to bed. But thanks so much for joining me tonight. I really appreciate you being here. I want to mention these 2 little links down below me one more time. Patreon, trying to get to 2021 subs on Patreon this year. Trying to go full time, do more content, do more streams, do more tracks, really pour into the community a lot more than I'm able to with a full-time job. And then 100,000 subs on Patreon. I really want to get there so I can talk to YouTube about these copyright issues, like the So Will I stuff that we were just talking about. Yeah, really appreciate you getting on those. Jump on the Discord, Instagram, Twitter. I'm trying to make Twitter more of a thing and more active. So if you could go follow me on Twitter, that would be awesome. But thanks so much for you guys being you, for being here, hearing me cringe a little bit at my older music that I don't think sounds very good. And thanks for being kind by saying that it did. Really appreciate you guys for being here and for chatting. Love you very much. Have a great night and a great rest of the week.